Hey everybody, this is Matthew from Nerd News Today. Welcome to our San Diego Comic-Con 2019 coverage. Now, Nerd News Today is not at the convention, as you can tell by the surroundings you see here. Glorious surroundings. But that doesn't mean we're not going to be covering the event, and we're going to be trying to get videos out as fast as we can during the show. So there's a lot that's happening, a lot that's been revealed already. So let's go ahead and get started with one of the biggest things I've been waiting for. So last night was previews night at San Diego Comic-Con. So the floor was only open for, a very short amount of time, but even during that short amount of time, we got to see a lot of big reveals. And here is one of them that's huge for me, who is a giant Ghostbusters fan, and I know there's plenty of other ghost heads out there watching this channel. So Mattel, who have previously made Ghostbusters toys some years back, and now they don't really do that at all, also currently makes the WWE figures. So lo and behold, somehow, this was leaked a little bit earlier, about a month or so ago, around the time of the Ghostbusters Fan Fest in California, that Mattel will be doing Ghostbusters and WWE crossover figures. So we saw a little bit of information back then, but now we finally have them. We can look at them, and that's what we're going to talk about today, is everything we know about these WWE Ghostbusters figures. So let's go ahead and take a look at those guys. So there is the official poster image for the Ghostbusters Mattel figures. And you can see there's 5 characters we're looking at here. We've got Undertaker, Stone Cold, John Cena, The Rock, and Shawn Michaels. And so this is our first time basically seeing them. That was the tease. And these are the official images from Mattel. Here's a look at Stone Cold Steve Austin. So you can see here the cool thing about Austin, by the way, is he has a fabric jumpsuit, fabric flight suit. He also has underneath that a shirt, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And he also has a vest and then the proton pack. So he's really layered up for the cold weather, I guess. Over here is the Undertaker. He's going to be the ghost character that the Ghostbusters, in this case the WWE Ghostbusters, will have to deal with. And he's got a lot of really cool accessories, as you can see right here. And yes, that is a translucent purple. And he comes with a removable hat and that translucent green Winged Eagle Championship belt, which is really cool. I'm actually very happy to put in that vintage style belt. Makes him feel a lot more like a ghost as opposed to carrying around the more current WWE Championship belt. And if you take a look, we'll look at those details of the arms, which we'll see again. They actually have like slime detail painted onto them. So here is John Cena. He's got the wristbands painted the Ghostbusters. He has a fabric shirt, which is with his name on it, the Ghostbuster symbol on the side. Pretty nice sculpt also, just a nice friendly John Cena sculpt. Here is the Shawn Michaels figure, which is kind of like a bit of a redeco in a lot of ways, because we've seen this outfit before, just as we have with most of these guys. But in this case, it's got the HBK touch to it. He has a Ghostbusters hat. It's going to be removable. Oddly enough, he still has a DX wristband. I don't know why he has that, but whatever. I mean, they could have had something a little bit different, but regardless, it's still kind of fun to have it there on him. Ties him back into the WWE universe. And the Ghostbusters cap, very cool. It's going to go on my Zack Ryder figure once I get that. So the big question here is, actually, let's talk about The Rock real quick, too, because The Rock, again, another guy that has a lot going on. He's got a removable flight suit, and you can see, if you take a good look at his chest, you can see there's a shirt underneath it, which is going to have like a ectoplasmic green logo of some kind, and a black shirt underneath it, sleeveless shirt. So there's a look at all 4 Busters, and what I was about to say is that I did confirm that everything will be removable. As far as I know, as far as what I've been reading and hearing about, it looks like everything will be removable, because underneath their flight suits there is more gear. So they will all be in their, at least Austin and The Rock specifically, they will be wearing a black t-shirt with a unique Ghostbuster design on them. It's going to be a sleeveless shirt. And they'll have their wrestling trunks on underneath as well. So they'll basically be ready to go into a match. So you could almost consider this like their entrance attire. So here's some pictures from Ringside Collectibles now. We're going to have a few pictures from some scattered sources here, but here's John Cena in action. You can get a better look at the prototype here. So all these figures are going to be elite figures. And you can see by the articulation here what I'm talking about. So they're going to not just be the basic figures. They've got a lot of articulation, the same as the normal elite action figures. And here's a quick look at them in their diorama, which will not be for sale, and looks very reminiscent to that Diamond Select diorama, doesn't it? But apparently it's not. Either way, you're not going to be able to pick it up. And you'll notice, I'm sure we'll pass by that image again, you're going to see there is a ghost trap there. So someone's coming with a ghost trap, and that has a green glowing effect, which is like the sucking in effect of it, which is very exciting to have. Here's a better look at Shawn Michaels' pants as well, so you can see the design on the side of those. And a better look at the Rock full body. Now, The Rock, you see, has fabric knee pads, which I think is a first for the Mattel figures. So I think that's probably to make it a little bit easier. I mean, you can see the elbow pads are still plastic, but I'm assuming that those fabric knee pads are going to be with the figure permanently, and that's just probably to get everything off easier. And again, here's a shot of the ghost trap I was talking about. You can see it right underneath the Undertaker's feet. So someone's going to have a ghost trap, It will open up like you see there. It's going to probably be a recycle of what Mattel made with their Ghostbusters figures, and it has that green energy effect circling around. But I don't think you're going to fit the Undertaker inside that green effect. There's another look at Austin, and again, I think it's just kind of funny that they included the vest, the flight suit, and he's got a shirt underneath it. It's just a lot of stuff on top of more stuff. I feel like, being from Texas, he'd be overheated like immediately wearing all that stuff, but who am I to judge? Now, the Undertaker is definitely like the best figure in the bunch here, and it's a little hard to see, but we can talk about that slime detail, that purple slime detail that's going to be on his arms. Now, important thing to note also, the belt does not glow in the dark. Zack Ryder actually asked about that on his major wrestling figure video that he did. So none of the stuff that you're seeing in this image here will glow in the dark, but the Undertaker and the belt and all the belt pieces are made of translucent, clear plastic. So in theory, you could still actually kind of light them up from behind and give them a really cool glowing effect, but they will not glow in the dark. So that's an important thing to note. Now here's a shot of the Proton Pack. So now you can get a better glimpse of basically how it scales, because it's still tough to say. I don't know if they are recycling the Proton Packs that we saw with the original Mattel figures, or if they've upscaled them to fit with the Elite figures of WWE. I don't quite know that yet. That still is a mystery, but it would appear at least that the packs are removable, so we've got that, and that's a pretty big plus for me, since that was a big concern when I first saw that this was announced. Because, if I want to have my guys wrestle, which I think would be fun to have Ghostbuster wrestlers, I want to be able to take all that gear off. So in theory, all of that equipment will come off, and you can get them in the wrestling gear. Now, do you really want them to wrestle with their outfits they're wearing? That's up to you. But again, it's just a nice touch to have. And again, the sculpts, I don't believe that these are any new sculpts for any of the guys at all. They're all just kind of recycles. But does it really matter? These are Ghostbusters WWE wrestlers. And quick shout out to Toy News Eye, because that's where I got these images from. Because again, I've pulled images from a few different sources for this video. So shout out to Ringside, Toy News Eye, and of course Mattel for the images that they provided. So again, another look at the Rock there. And you can see those knee pads again. It's a little bit more clear there. Now, it looks like they actually... I thought they were fabric, but they might be rubber. I think what they actually are, I think I might have confused myself there. I think they're actually removable. I don't think we can see it in any of the images here, but I think the back of them actually have like a little removable tab. So that's what I meant. It wasn't actually fabric. Apologize for that mistake. They're actually removable pieces. So maybe we'll see someone from behind. We'll be able to get a better glimpse of that. But that's at least my understanding, that they will be removable in that capacity for the first time ever. So here's another look at all the guys of the diorama, which, again, if you want that diorama, it looks like that is a custom-made one that the Mattel guys did. Or maybe it was leftover from when they had the Ghostbusters license. Who knows? It's hard to tell. I mean, looking at that bed that's over there, it might be scaled for a 5-inch figure, not quite sure. But if you want to get that, that's available with the Diamond Select, but for larger 7-inch figures. So the important thing to note now about these is how to get your hands on them, because that was something I was talking about last night on my late-night live stream, was how are they going to be available? And I initially thought they were going to be available as a 5-pack. I don't know why I thought 5-pack was the way they were going to do it. Just in my mind, there's 5 of these guys. It's a very special thing. Why wouldn't they be a single 5-pack together? But as we learned in Zack Ryder's recent video as well, these are going to be sold separately, they're going to be sold individually, and they're going to be available at Walmart in the fall. So unfortunately for folks like me on the East Coast, I'm probably never seeing these in person. Getting anything from Walmart on the East Coast is just near impossible. So anybody basically on the other side of the U.S. will have a better chance of getting this. Internationally, you're going to have an even harder time, to be honest. But we do know that domestically they will be available at Walmart in the fall. Price point still to be determined, but they are elites. So I think typically the elites sell for about $18 to $22 at Walmart. Again, I don't go to Walmart enough because I can't buy stuff there, so I can't quote you an exact price. But I imagine that they will be just the normal price that you get WWE Elite figures whenever you go there to shop. And again, they're just really cool. I'm happy that they're making this because, I thought initially they were going to be exclusives to be sold this year at San Diego. It's just like a giant surprise or something. And as the weeks went on, they made no announcements about it. So it was just kind of bumming me out that, are these canceled? Are they still happening? What's the deal? Did they lose the license somehow? So it's good to know these are going to be set for the fall, which is cool. They'll be in time basically for New York Comic Con, so maybe there'll be some kind of New York Comic Con exclusive figure. I wouldn't mind seeing a few other characters in this outfit. And, this is going to be a one and done, I'm pretty sure. This is not going to be a giant line as opposed to like the WWE zombie figures. But it is kind of cool to have these guys because they kind of fit in now with that world. With the WWE zombies, with the WWE monster characters that they made. These all kind of fit together. They're all on the same scale, and that's going to add a lot of fun to these figures. It's a lot of playability, a lot of good storytelling. If you haven't been buying the zombies, we've actually been reviewing them here and there on this website, so take a look at those videos if you want to see them, because if you're not buying them, you're actually missing out on a very good line that didn't go too far, but it's pretty easy to pick up now and get the entire set for like under $200, or more or less around that price point. So again, these are from Mattel, WWE Elite figures, and you can see they're Elite because you see the Elite Collection logo there. WWE Elite figures, they will be sold out Walmart. We don't have any other details yet, but really, how much more is there to know? We basically went over nearly everything there is. Now, I'm sure when Ringside does their chat later on with Mattel, they'll probably get a few more things we didn't pick up here, but this is basically everything that we know at this point about these figures, and that's a lot. They're very, very cool. They're going to be a must-buy. You're going to see them behind this in one of these bins over here at some point. They're going to be here in my collection. Cannot wait to get these figures. Just knockout toys. So excited to get these. So, yeah, that's pretty much our quick look at these guys, and that's all the information we have at this point about the WWE Ghostbusters by Mattel. So stay tuned to this channel. It's going to be a lot more updates about all sorts of other things and other toys coming from San Diego Comic-Con 2019 this year. So make sure to please like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and most importantly, please subscribe to the channel because we do a lot of other really cool stuff here. And, we got a lot to talk about. It's going to be a lot happening. It's only the first video of many from this enormous weekend at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. So thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for more very, very soon.